In the late 1990s, Britney Spears wasn't just a pop star, she was a cultural phenomenon. Adored globally, her image was meticulously crafted and relentlessly promoted. Yet, beneath the veneer of pop princess perfection, a different story was brewing. By 2007, the public watched in horror as the girl next door image shattered, replaced by chaotic headlines and alarming public appearances. What began as a dream of superstardom slowly warped into a very public nightmare, raising critical questions about the intense pressures of fame and the machinery that profited from it. This is the story of how an industry devoured its brightest star. Britney Spears burst onto the scene in 1999 with "Baby One More Time," selling over 10 million copies in the US alone. Her blend of innocent charm and edgy appeal captivated millions worldwide. She quickly became MTV's darling, a symbol of a new millennium's youth culture. This commercial success translated into unprecedented media access, transforming her from a recording artist into an omnipresent figure across magazines, television, and nascent online platforms. Every move, every outfit, every relationship became fodder for public consumption. As her fame peaked, the lines between Britney's public persona and her private life began to blur, then eventually dissolved. Her relationships, particularly with fellow pop star Justin Timberlake, became front-page news. Her marriage to childhood friend Jason Allen Alexander in 2004, which lasted a mere 55 hours, signaled a growing instability, according to various media reports at the time. This constant scrutiny, fueled by an insatiable public appetite for celebrity gossip, created an environment where her personal choices were no longer her own, but rather public spectacles. In 2004, Britney married dancer Kevin Federline, and soon after, she embraced motherhood, giving birth to sons Sean Preston and Jayden James. While many celebrities navigate family life, for Britney, it became another arena for public dissection. Paparazzi pursued her relentlessly, even in seemingly private moments with her children. Reports from multiple outlets documented photographers scaling fences and invading private spaces, blurring ethical boundaries in pursuit of a shot. This escalating intrusion created an unbearable level of pressure, turning domestic life into a high-stakes media event. The pop star was expected to maintain her image, perform flawlessly, and manage a new family, all while under the constant glare of cameras. Every perceived misstep became a national conversation. Reports from sources close to her, published in various celebrity magazines, indicated increasing signs of stress and a struggle to cope. The tabloids, in particular, capitalized on any perceived imperfection, framing her as either a bad mother or an unraveling star. This cycle of immense public pressure and harsh judgment became a suffocating force around her. By late 2006, Britney filed for divorce from Kevin Federline, initiating a contentious custody battle over their two young sons. This legal struggle became a catalyst for intensified media obsession. Court documents detailing personal matters were often leaked or widely reported, ensuring that the most painful aspects of her life played out in the public eye. According to legal analysts covering the case, the intense scrutiny undoubtedly exacerbated the emotional toll, transforming a deeply personal family matter into daily fodder for news cycles and gossip columns, adding immense stress to an already fragile situation. The year 2007 is widely regarded as the critical turning point in Britney Spears' public narrative. Following her divorce, and as the custody battle intensified, her behavior became increasingly erratic, as documented by countless media outlets. This period saw a relentless pursuit by paparazzi, often numbering in the dozens, vying for photographs that would fetch exorbitant prices. Reports from celebrity news agencies detailed payments ranging from tens of thousands of dollars for exclusive, often invasive, images. This economic incentive fueled an unprecedented level of intrusion, effectively creating a bounty on her vulnerability. Perhaps the most iconic and disturbing image from this period occurred in February 2007, when Britney Spears walked into a hair salon in Tarzana, California, and shaved her own head. This act, captured by a multitude of photographers, instantly became a global headline, widely interpreted as a public cry for help or a breakdown under extreme pressure. Reports from onlookers and salon staff, later published in various media, described her as appearing agitated and overwhelmed. The incident was not just news, it was a deeply personal moment, stripped of all privacy and broadcast worldwide, solidifying the narrative of a star in crisis. Days after shaving her head, another infamous incident unfolded. Britney, visibly distressed, confronted a paparazzi vehicle with a green umbrella, striking it repeatedly. This aggression, again, was caught on camera from multiple angles, broadcast widely, and served to further the public perception of her instability. While the media largely focused on her actions, the circumstances leading to it, the relentless chase, the constant intrusion, were often relegated to secondary importance. It exemplified the dehumanizing nature of the paparazzi's pursuit, reducing a human being to a photographic target, regardless of their mental state. Throughout 2007 and early 2008, Britney Spears was placed under involuntary psychiatric holds, known as 5,150 detentions in California, on at least 2 separate occasions. These events were public spectacles, with television news helicopters hovering above her home and ambulances navigating swarms of photographers. Media reports from the time, citing law enforcement officials and paramedics, described concerns for her mental health and safety. These interventions, while perhaps medically necessary, unfolded without any semblance of privacy, fueling a public narrative of collapse and painting a stark picture of her vulnerability under intense public gaze. On February 1, 2008, a Los Angeles court placed Britney Spears under a temporary conservatorship. This legal arrangement, typically reserved for individuals deemed unable to care for themselves or manage their own affairs due to severe mental or physical incapacity, was made permanent later that year. Her father, Jamie Spears, was appointed as the conservator of her person and estate. While initially presented as a measure to protect her during a crisis, this conservatorship would ultimately last for over 13 years, stripping her of basic freedoms and control over her life, finances, and career. Under the conservatorship, Britney Spears reportedly lost control over virtually every aspect of her life. Court documents, later revealed through legal filings and media reports, indicated that her father and appointed co-conservators managed her finances, career decisions, medical treatment, and even her personal relationships. She could not sign contracts, make major purchases, or even decide who visited her without approval. Lawyers close to the case, speaking off-record to reporters, characterized it as an arrangement of near-total control, raising immediate questions about its necessity and long-term implications for a performing artist. For years, the public narrative presented by her conservators and legal team was that the arrangement was in Britney's best interest, allowing her to recover and continue her career. During this time, Britney released multiple albums, embarked on successful world tours, and maintained a lucrative Las Vegas residency, reportedly earning millions. This apparent professional functionality stood in stark contrast to the legal rationale for the conservatorship, which implied she was incapacitated. Critics, including fans, began to question how someone deemed so unwell could perform at such a demanding level, sparking early doubts about the validity of the ongoing arrangement. As years turned into a decade, a dedicated fanbase and growing number of public figures began to voice concerns, giving rise to the Free Britney movement. This grassroots campaign, initially online, questioned the necessity and ethics of a conservatorship lasting so long, especially given Britney's apparent professional capabilities. Supporters, citing obscure legal filings and online interactions they believed to be coded messages from Britney, argued she was being exploited. This movement gained significant traction, especially through social media, bringing unprecedented public scrutiny to the legal system and celebrity conservatorship. Despite reports that Britney had attempted to remove her father from the conservatorship as early as 2014, these efforts remained largely private. It wasn't until 2019, when her longtime court-appointed attorney, Samuel Ingham III, filed a petition on her behalf, that her desire for greater autonomy became public record. This legal step marked a significant shift, challenging the narrative that she was content with the arrangement. Court documents from this period revealed her increasing frustration and desire for agency, contradicting the public image curated by her conservators. On June 23, 2021, Britney Spears delivered a 24-minute statement to the Los Angeles Superior Court, a moment that shocked the world. In unprecedented testimony, she alleged years of abuse under the conservatorship, claiming she was forced to work, take medication against her will, and was even prevented from removing an IUD to have more children. Her words, widely reported by news organizations from courtroom transcripts, provided a chilling account of emotional and psychological control. This was not a media-crafted statement, it was her raw, unfiltered voice, exposing the alleged realities of her confinement. During her testimony, Britney Spears recounted being compelled to perform against her will, sometimes under threat of legal action if she refused. She stated that her team, including her father, reportedly forced her to attend therapy sessions and take specific medications. Her claim that she was prevented from having children by being forced to keep an IUD, despite her desire to expand her family, garnered widespread outrage. These allegations, detailed in her court statement and subsequently reported by outlets like the New York Times, painted a picture of systemic control extending to her most fundamental human rights. Her testimony sparked an immediate and overwhelming public reaction. Celebrities, politicians, and legal experts, who had previously remained silent, now openly supported Britney and condemned the alleged abuses. The #FreeBritney movement exploded, attracting global attention and adding immense pressure on the courts and her conservators. News outlets extensively covered the details, with many expressing shock that such an arrangement could persist for so long, particularly for someone with significant public visibility. The public, previously divided or uninformed, largely coalesced around her plea for freedom. Following Britney's testimony, her father, Jamie Spears, who had been the primary conservator for most of the 13 years, came under intense scrutiny. His legal team consistently maintained that he acted in his daughter's best interests, citing her financial stability and continued career success as evidence. However, Britney's stark allegations, corroborated by later court filings from her new legal counsel, Matthew Rosengart, painted a very different picture. Questions arose about the financial arrangements of the conservatorship, including the fees paid to Jamie Spears from his daughter's estate, leading to public demands for transparency. In the months following her testimony, the legal landscape shifted dramatically. Britney's appointed attorney, Samuel Ingham III, resigned, replaced by Matthew Rosengart, a lawyer known for his aggressive litigation tactics. Rosengart swiftly moved to suspend Jamie Spears from the conservatorship, citing his alleged abuses and creating a hostile environment for his daughter. This move, widely reported by legal correspondents, was a direct response to Britney's stated desire to remove her father. The court eventually suspended Jamie Spears as conservator in September 2021, a pivotal moment that paved the way for the conservatorship's end. On November 12, 2021, after 13 years, the conservatorship of Britney Spears was officially terminated by Judge Brenda Penny, a decision met with jubilation by fans worldwide. This landmark ruling restored Britney's full legal autonomy over her person and estate. News footage captured emotional scenes of #FreeBritney supporters celebrating outside the courthouse. Britney herself expressed immense gratitude and relief on social media, acknowledging the collective effort that helped her reclaim her life. It marked the end of a long, often bewildering chapter, but opened new questions about accountability. Britney Spears' case forces a critical examination of the entertainment industry's role in the lives of its stars. Her career began at a young age, a common trajectory for child performers, but it meant she grew up without the privacy or protections afforded to most. The industry, from record labels to media conglomerates, profited immensely from her image and music, yet seemingly offered little recourse when her personal life crumbled under public pressure. The question emerges, does the industry bear a responsibility to protect its assets, or does it merely exploit them until they break? The paparazzi culture that contributed so heavily to Britney's breakdown in 2007 was undeniably driven by profit. Agencies reportedly paid significant sums for compromising photos, creating a direct financial incentive to harass and invade privacy. This predatory system, while not unique to Britney, reached a fever pitch around her, turning her into arguably the biggest target of the era. Ethical guidelines for photojournalism were frequently disregarded in the pursuit of a salacious image. Her experiences underscore how unregulated media markets can inflict severe, lasting damage on individuals for collective entertainment. The termination of Britney's conservatorship raised widespread calls for accountability. Who was responsible for the alleged abuses and prolonged confinement? Her legal battles continue, with ongoing disputes over attorney fees and alleged financial improprieties by her former conservators. Beyond the courtroom, many observers argue that the broader entertainment industry and media complex must also examine their role. While a legal resolution has been achieved, the ethical and moral questions surrounding her treatment, and the systems that enabled it, remain pressing for public discourse and potential future reforms. Britney Spears' case has already set a significant precedent, prompting a re-examination of conservatorship laws in California and potentially other states. Lawmakers and advocacy groups are now more actively discussing reforms to prevent similar situations, particularly where individuals are capable of managing aspects of their lives. The case has also highlighted the vulnerability of even highly visible celebrities to legal and personal exploitation, encouraging greater scrutiny of such arrangements. It transformed a private legal matter into a public conversation about autonomy, mental health, and individual rights. Since her conservatorship ended, Britney Spears has been navigating life on her own terms, sharing her experiences and emotions through social media. She has spoken openly about the trauma she endured and the difficulty of rebuilding a sense of self after so many years under control. While her public life continues to be a subject of interest, the narrative has fundamentally shifted. From a star in crisis, she has become an emblem of resilience and the fight for personal freedom. Her journey continues to unfold, inspiring many with her determination to reclaim her identity. Despite her legal victory, the emotional and psychological scars of over a decade under conservatorship, preceded by years of intense media harassment, remain. Reports from close confidants, shared in various documentaries and interviews, hint at the deep trauma she carries. Her public posts often reflect a mix of joy and lingering pain, as she processes years of suppressed feelings. This reminds us that freedom, while crucial, doesn't erase the past. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the long-term consequences of relentless exploitation and control, highlighting the unseen burdens borne by those in the public eye. Britney's story has also prompted a necessary introspection within the media itself. Some outlets have acknowledged their role in perpetuating the dehumanizing narrative surrounding her breakdown. While the paparazzi culture persists, there's a growing public and journalistic awareness of its potential for harm. The case serves as a powerful cautionary tale about the ethics of reporting on mental health and personal crises, especially when the subject is a public figure. It compels a re-evaluation of how society consumes and creates celebrity narratives, urging a move towards greater empathy and responsibility. Ultimately, Britney Spears' fight for freedom is a story of empowerment. Stripped of her voice for so long, she ultimately found the strength to speak out against a system that allegedly sought to silence her. Her journey, from adored pop princess to a symbol of resilience against institutional control, resonates far beyond the entertainment industry. It highlights the importance of advocating for oneself, even when facing overwhelming odds. Her battle became a powerful testament to the enduring human spirit's desire for self-determination and the right to control one's own destiny. Britney Spears' trajectory vividly illustrates the destructive power of a celebrity industrial complex that prioritizes profit over human well-being. From the relentless paparazzi who stalked her every move, to the legal system that upheld a controversial conservatorship for over a decade, many elements converged to control and exploit her. This case forces us to critically question the ethical frameworks, or lack thereof, that govern how young stars are managed, protected, and when they are deemed incapable. It's a stark reminder that even the most glittering careers can conceal profound personal suffering, often exacerbated by the very systems designed to promote them. Britney Spears' story is not merely a tale of tragedy but one of enduring resilience. She navigated intense public pressure, a highly restrictive conservatorship, and widespread skepticism to ultimately reclaim her freedom. Her courage in speaking out against alleged abuses ignited a movement that transcended celebrity culture, touching on universal themes of human rights and personal autonomy. As she continues to forge her path forward, her legacy will undoubtedly include her pivotal role in challenging systemic issues within the entertainment industry and the legal system, ensuring that her fight was not in vain, and inspiring others to seek justice. While the conservatorship is over, the road ahead for Britney Spears is undoubtedly complex. The legal battles regarding accountability and financial compensation continue, and the emotional healing process is ongoing. Her public persona has shifted, no longer that of a managed pop star, but an individual grappling with a traumatic past, openly sharing her vulnerabilities. The world watches, hopefully with more understanding and less judgment, as she defines her future on her own terms, free from the constraints that once defined her. Her journey is a testament to the power of perseverance in the face of profound adversity.